235 on the front straight. Not bad for a relatively small track. And then on the back straight, right across the other side there, we're getting up around 240, 250. So it's actually pretty quick down the back straight there. It's nice and open. There's about 6 or 7 right-handers, so there's heaps of wear on your right-hand tyre, and then 2 lefties just in the middle of the field here, which the first one, oh, beautiful, beautiful R1. God knows what that is, but shit, it sounds good. Okay, have you ever seen a Super Jig that looks this shit hot? Just have a look at the pipes. Look how blue they are. Austin Racing full system exhaust, that thing. We're gonna get him to do a startup in a minute. This is Israel, the lucky owner of this beast.
Hey.
314 horsepower, I'm gonna guess. Fuck, it's probably not far off it. So would you believe, this is actually a 2014 model, but it looks probably like I would say this actually looks better than a brand new 2022 model, to be honest. It's got a bunch of special parts on it, crash protection, you name it. But check out this carbon insert just here. That is beautiful. Oh my God. And it's got fucking carbon in the rear belly as well. That's cool. That is really sick. But we're gonna get Israel to start it up because this is probably the best sounding bike here today. So let's give it a whirl. Thanks, man. So it's about 34 degrees centigrade. What's that? 34 C. It's about 96 Fahrenheit. It is super hot. Okay, so we're heading out for our first session of the day. 6 sessions total, 15 to 20 minutes per session. As I take off here, I've done the dumbest thing a beginner could do, and I've actually got a stand on this track bike just to make it easier for me to get on and off it. But you'll see a dude run out here and just push my stand up. Such a dimwit. But anyway, I had to wait here for 5 minutes in the searing heat because some dude crashed out on the last in lap of the previous session, so we sat here sweltering for a bit. So I'll pick this up at pretty much the end of the first running lap, so it's coming into corner 1. Not pushing too hard, just really trying to warm up the tyres. This is my first day on this track, so I really don't want to go too crazy. But yeah, just really trying to work on my body position, get the bike right over. So we tended to do that pretty easily. The bike's got a heap of pickup, a heap of grunt, and it just sounds bonkers when it's flying up through the gears. Managing to pass most people with ease through the straights, and for some strange reason I seem to be a little bit later on the braking than most people as well. So catching up a lot of people in the corners and through the corner. Really screwed up the apex on that one, but took a slightly wider line. So I'm playing around with my lines quite a lot today, and really just trying a couple of different approaches into corners. I've been watching a whole bunch of footage from Superbike and World Superbike races on YouTube to try and figure out the best way to get through corners, V's versus U's, that sort of thing. So coming back onto out of turn 6 onto the main straight, this is where I start to pick up a fair bit of speed. Again, I think this is really only lap 2 or 3, so I think I brake about 209, 204, I think, and then drop it back down to 3rd and try and hit nice and close through here, and then come right out wide to the left and try and make this one massive big sweeper into turn 2, coming up on a little bit of traffic. These guys weren't slow, so it wasn't that easy to get around, but yeah, just fanging it from here on. Again, you'll see I'm generally a little bit later on the brakes than those in front of me, so I think I maxed at about 209, I think, on that back straight. On that session, I dive-bombed this poor guy on the right-hand side, trying to keep a nice gap between us because a lot of these guys are just unpredictable. So I really screwed up that corner. But this short little straight here is really neat. You've really got to pick your breaker quite well. There's a little building on the right here. You'll see it as I come up. You want to be braking right there. And then turning in quite late. A little bit off the apex there, but trying to make this turn 4 and 5 into one big sweeper, which I think I did pretty well there. Got my knee quite close to the ground there and really just bang on the power straight up to the last hairpin at number 6. 3rd, maybe touching 4th gear a little bit. taking this one slightly wider and then cutting back in. Putting the power down now. Bang, bang, bang through the gears. Up around 200 to 204, I think, or slightly under what I wanted to be in terms of speed for this first session, but it was okay. All around, the bike was just sensational. It worked really well. I had a couple of problems with the quick shifter. You'll see where I miss a gear, just because I couldn't bang it down. It's GP shift, and I think I just need to alter the rear sets on this just a little bit, just for my height and my foot angle. But getting the bike nice and far over, really good for a first session out on a pretty new bike for me, on a new track. So yeah, just flying past people on the straights here. I think I passed about 7 or 8 guys, maybe 9 guys on some pretty quick bikes. Again, all down to just late braking. And that's pretty much it for that session. Okay, let's do a tyre check video. So we put some markers on our tyres because here's on my little marker just here. I don't know if you can see that. But the best part is I'm actually hitting all the way out on the edge of the marker, so I'm getting the bike right over, which is good. Because I couldn't tell, because the person I bought it off, these tyres had already done at track day. And then the same with the front. This beautiful lady is just giving me watermelon on like a 32, 96 Fahrenheit day. Beautiful. Yum, 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 yum. Okay, check out this 2018 V4S. Oh, I love where, Tom, how are you? This is your bike?
Yep.
I love where you've got your GoPro mounted. I don't think I've ever seen a GoPro on a wing. I guess you're not too worried about downforce.
Not for me.
That is really cool. More people should do that. What can you tell me about your bike, Tom?
I said I traded an R6 for it, and the running joke is my R6 paid for the exhaust.
Oh,
so
look.
The exhaust is now $5,500.
So you traded an R6, and that, yeah, like, what's an R6 get? 10 grand?
I got $5,500 for it.
$5,500, and it, like, what's that? That's a 10 grand exhaust.
$5,500, yeah.
Oh, just a, yeah. But that's a full system all the way through?
Yeah, full system.
So it's a Termi Orsight exhaust. That's a beautiful exhaust, though. So you've got the Duca bike switchgear on there?
Yeah.
That's pretty mad.
Yeah. Tank extender.
Tank extender?
Yeah. So
Can you tell me how that works?
Well, it's just sitting over the regular fuel tank.
And that's pushing it back further so you can...
Yeah, it's back about probably that further.
So you can, what, push yourself up against it?
Yeah, I'm still having trouble. For a short guy, I have a lot of trouble getting a good lock on the tank. I'm still having trouble even with the extender.
So the normal tanks are a lot more rounded.
Yeah, and it'll probably end up here.
And this one comes back like an extra 2.5 inches. That's really cool. I've never even seen that before. That's really gnarly. Yeah, that's just a beautiful bike. I heard you going around and it sounds so good. I love the fact that you've got Batista's number on there as well.
Yes.
Number 19.
My race number is 196, so it didn't quite fit on the front.
Oh, there you go. Just whack a 6 off it and you got 19. Okay, so this is one of the sexiest V4S's I've seen. It's got the V4R tank on it. Looks like it's been fully worked. This is just a private bike, but any other day, this could probably jump on the track and blitz anything. It just sounds so beautiful. It's amazing. Okay, so here we go on the afternoon session. A little bit quicker. I thought about taking this dude on the outside because I probably could have, and then I thought maybe a cutback's on the order, but I ended up just sort of letting him sit in front for a little bit. It's always good to, every now and then, just pick someone who's maybe the same or slightly better than you and cruise around behind them and check out their lines, see what they're doing. Not far enough across to the right here. I should be close to those cones on the left and then cutting it in even later. But still relatively managed to make that apex pretty well. And then still leaned over, coming into 5 relatively well. So plenty of power out of 5. Probably could have gone way quicker, to be honest. Picking off a few dudes. And then really need to get my body position further off the bike into 6. So I'm taking that one wide again at the start and then cutting back in on a bit like a V. And then bang, power down. So end of the first corner. Took that one way too wide, so I learned from that. It's really annoying when you get most of the track right and then you get one corner completely wrong. It just stops up again. There's a couple of sort of slower riders here, so I'm just going to pick my way through them. Just on general day bikes. Should break 209 easily on there, and then again hard under braking, getting past all the guys. A fair bit of traffic out. There's about 50 people in our group on some pretty fast bikes. And you don't want to put anyone in too much danger by being too quick around them, so I'm just giving these guys a bit of space. Some of these guys are actually on road bikes. It's a nice RSV4 though. So I'll ping my way around the outside of him, into 6. I'm only hitting 3rd, I think, down this straight. No need to go up any higher than that. Sometimes I hit 4th, just banging for 4th for like half a second. And then I think the top gear I hit on the main straight here is 5th. But sometimes I just set it in 4th and ring the guts out of it. Pretty slow on this one, I think. I don't even think I break 200. Yeah, 199, I think. Really just trying to get nice and wide and lean right into turn 1 here again. So I think between the morning sessions and the afternoon sessions, we were close to about 8 to 10 seconds faster per lap. Just judging by sort of looking at my average speeds. This girl in front of me on the CBR, she is pretty quick. 217. It's a little bit quicker, hard braking into 3. Take a wider V line. I'll watch the pros in front of me and they take a much wider V line through that, so I try to emulate what they do. Obviously cut out the footage where they blast past me at like 300 km an hour. Nice far over to the right, still not far enough to the right. Need to work on that corner, which pushes me way too wide. Still got a fair bit of speed, but just way too wide, and then button right off.
Okay, so this is an ex-Asbk bike for Glenn Allerton. It's a beautiful bike. It's privately owned now, of course, but it's pumping out around 215 horsepower. It's got some really nice gadgetry on it as well. Currently ridden by Mark McGregor, sponsored by Addicted to Track. It's got the Alpha switch gear. I just love the rear fairings on these later model Beamers. They just look so much smoother and sportier than my bike on the 2012 model. Just the lines on that back just look so much sportier. That's really cool how he's actually got the wire over the top of the lock wiring. I think that's a really cool idea, so we might do that as well. Austin, what this little rod here is, so if you look at the dash, can I explain it?
It's got an enormous amount of information on it, and we can change on the fly. We can manage our sectors real time in advance, so you know when you're on the pace or off the pace.
Wow.
And then mechanic station.
That's a lot of info. Do you even look at the dash much when you're actually riding? You do?
Yeah.
I find it, if I look at the dash, I just get confused and disorientated, but like, I'm just a beginner, so hey, you gotta start somewhere. Okay, so look at this GSX. This is Brent's bike. This is beautiful. Brent, can you tell me the story as to how you picked the color for this bike?
Basically, went to Inspirations Paint after I crashed it last year. I picked up a new set of fairings. I went down to the paint shop and just picked the blue off the colours up. Said that'll do. They said, right, that's very blue. And I said, yeah, that'll be fine.
So you picked the color from a home improvement shop to get the color. That's exactly what I did on the Yamaha years ago, if you can remember. Best way to find a color, because it's the one place you can go where most of the colors are on the wall. Yeah, that is a nice quick shifter, isn't it? It's got such a long arm on it. Yeah, beautiful. Nice one, mate. We'll see you out there.
Yeah, no worries, thanks.
Okay, that's it. We're done for the day. The pits are empty and we've had a massive day. We had 6 sessions, 15 minutes per session. That's 2 hours of superbike racing on a track. Beautiful, beautiful day. Some hot bikes, some faster and faster lap times. Stay tuned for the next one.